Alrighty then, so welcome to part 2 of the 5 first steps to researching your family tree. So, step 3, where we left off, is find out what research has already been done. Now, some of us have been lucky enough to have some distant cousin that lives all the way across the country who has already done a ton of research on our families, but some of us are not. However, in order to figure out if you are one of those lucky people or not, you have to do a little bit of search. So, the easiest way to do this, and there are a variety of ways, I'm just going to give you 2 of them, is to go onto Google and type in a last name that you are researching and the words family tree or genealogy. For example, you might type in Duggar family tree or Duggar genealogy. However, when doing the search, be sure to put quotation marks around all your keywords in order to make your search results more relevant. For example, you would say Duggar genealogy or Duggar family tree. That way, everything is together. However, another way you can do this is to go on to genealogy message boards. There are great ones out there like RootsWeb. There's tons of them. Genealogy.com is a great one. And they are based on tons of different things. Some of them are based on surnames. Some of them are based on regions like states or counties. Some of them are based on levels of genealogy. Some of them are based on religions. I mean, churches, pretty much everything. They have them for tons of different topics. So once you select your topic, you can type a message that gives a little information about what research you have, and be sure to leave an email address or to check the boards often to see if anyone replied to what you already wrote. Pretty much you're likely to have someone else that has done at least a little bit of research. And a lot of genealogy is collaboration, so be sure to make sure that there's some way that people can research you. Or reach you, sorry. So, just to give you a heads up, however, if you have a very common last name, then it might be helpful to also include other pertinent information so that your line of, say, Smith, don't get mixed up with another line of Smith. Some information you could include could be the county they lived in, their military records, religious information, who they married, their children, pretty much anything that sets you apart, so that way you can be tracked easily and not mixed with other lines that aren't yours. Alright, so step 4 is select a focus. So now that you've gathered information and you are just ready to do an internet search, it's time to find a focus. Now by focus, I mean that it is important to decide on who you will be researching first. So you could focus on a particular surname, a particular couple, even a particular individual. Whatever the case may be, it is important that you choose your focus now so that you don't become overwhelmed with all the information you're going to find. Now, for the fun. Step 5 is start searching. So now that you know what information you need to find, it is time to actually jump in and begin researching. And there are a variety of types of records to search through, and there's so many that I am not going to go into great detail about each one because, to be honest, I would be with you for years. However, I'll give you a few good basic sites, some of which I have mentioned in other videos, some of which I have not. And they're great starting points. So, some helpful websites, which all are not all of which are free. So, the first one is FamilySearch.org. Now, this is a great free website, and it's a great starting point. They don't have a lot of databases up. However, they are growing, and they are coming out with a new and improved website with more databases available. So, be on the lookout for that. Another great one is Genealogy.com, which is a great website. Some of it's free, such as their message boards and chat rooms, and a few other databases. However, some of it is paid subscription. But nonetheless, it's a great resource, and I highly suggest you try it out. The third one is Ancestry.com. nearly everyone's heard of it because they advertise everywhere, it seems like. And while it's mostly a paid subscription site, it does offer a few free things, such as how-to articles, looking through the 1880 census, and a few other free databases. And the last one I have to suggest is Cindy's List. Now, Cindy's List is an amazing resource. It's kind of like the genealogist's Bible. It has websites for pretty much everything and anything that's related to genealogy. It has things for maps. It has things for surnames. It has things for finding out where your surname came from. It has statistics. It has how-to articles. It has websites based for regions, for counties, for states, for pretty much everything you could possibly need. It is an amazing resource, and honestly, it'll be your best friend as soon as you start researching heavily. So, that is it. However, I just wanted to give you a quick word about sources. So with your sources, I'm not going to go into great detail on how to source your information, but I just want to make sure that you write down where you got the information and the date you received it. So it's vital that you do this because it'll pretty much guarantee that if you need to find it later, you can. And I can promise you, you'll need to refer to it, especially if you don't write down the source. It's just the way the world works. So please write it down. All it takes is to write down the URL and or the database, and please save yourself a ton of headaches and just do it. And one more quick tip before we go. Once you have done some research, share it with your family and friends. You never know. Sometimes all it takes is a name in order to bring up a new information. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.